Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Wedge here. I am trying a new, slightly different setup, mainly with the microphone that I am using. I've had a microphone for a while. Um, I've wanted to use. It's just currently with my situation with my PC or lack thereof, haven't really been able to use it. So I'm actually on a Chromebook right now, which is using the webcam, which I know is probably not giving the best video quality, but hopefully the audio quality is halfway decent because what I'm using today is a Snowball microphone, which I've had for a while. I actually bought this particular unit to use on my PlayStation 4 so that if I did stream live or whatnot, I could use it instead of a headphone mic because I figure it would give better quality than what the headphone mic does. So again, I am testing this. I wanted to see how good it sounds. Hopefully it sounds decent, so that I can kind of utilize it in future videos. I am looking at getting different equipment as far as trying to get a better video camcorder, as well as getting a PC to do some editing and maybe even some overlays and whatnot that will be used for YouTube as well as for my streams on Mixer and on Twitch. So please do stay tuned for that. If you don't follow me on Mixer, my Mixer is the same as my Twitch. It is Spartan Project. So basically SP4RT4N PROJECT. Spartan Project. It's basically the Spartan with just fours instead of A's. I think it doesn't matter if you type it in all caps or if you have it lowercase, it will pull up all the same. So if you guys decide if you like to watch gameplay videos, I do a little bit of really everything. Lately, it's been mainly like everybody else, Fortnite, but I will do some Call of Duty. I'll do some Battlefield since Battlefield 5 is coming out here in the near future. Every once in a while, you may see me stream some single player games, but it's typically multiplayer games. So do stay tuned for that. And please, if you haven't checked it out, do so. And if you appreciate a follow, if you guys would, just to kind of help build the channel. I'm trying to get more into the streaming, into the making videos. To be honest, sometimes whenever you're streaming and you have nobody watching, it can be kind of discouraging, but I'm pushing through that, trying to keep it going, because it's something I've wanted to do for a long time and I'm finally capable of doing it. So I am going to keep on keeping on. So anyway, one thing I want to talk about today, because unfortunately I lost the review that I did for these, since I do primarily headset reviews, as many of you will know on my channel, and I am going to start doing some other things too. But I figured I'd start with headsets just because I know that that's something that everybody that plays games usually likes to use a headset because it kind of helps create a more immersive environment, but also helps with an edge, especially on multiplayer games. So I originally done a review of these, and because I was newer to YouTube at the time, and I'm still new, let's face it, I had accidentally deleted it thinking it was a duplicate that had uploaded by mistake, and it ended up being the primary video. And I had already erased it from my phone, so I did not have the video anymore. So unfortunately, I lost it altogether, which really stinks. But I'm going to do a quick just kind of overview of it. And that way we can test the microphone. I can see how the video quality looks and maybe have some sort of setup for the near future. The headset I want to talk about, though, is the Beyerdynamic Custom Game headset. These come from Beyerdynamic, which if you're not familiar with Beyerdynamic, they are a top-tier audio company that makes audiophile headphones, studio headphones. The DT770s are one of the most revered and used headsets in a studio, any studio really, bar none, because they have great quality. The craftsmanship is great. Everything about them is great. And these are no different. This particular headset retails for about $200. You can catch it on sale though for a little less. I had a promo through Amazon and I got these for about $158, which was an absolute steal for that price. They are wired. They do not have any kind of surround sound built in. They are just straight up stereo, but they are phenomenal for what you get. So going right into it, just looking at the design of the headset, the Cloud series headsets from HyperX, you're looking at pretty much the same exact thing. It's got an aluminum kind of fork right here that goes through the headset, along with a wire that goes to both ear cups. As you can see right there, those are the wires that provide sound to the ear cups. This particular model is a little different though, whenever we get into that design, because as you can notice, the actual shape of the earmuffs are circular versus more of an oval shape like what we have in the Clouds. At first, I was kind of worried about that, thinking that these would potentially touch my ears on the edges more, or my ears wouldn't fit as well, and you know, what have you. That is not an issue at all. Whenever I put these on, they fit just great. My ears are inside. I don't feel them touching the leatherette anywhere on them. The leatherette is extremely plush and extremely soft. I mean, it is extremely soft. It has good plush cushioning. You can buy velour replacement ear pads. And at one point, I had the velour ear pads on this particular headset, and I liked it, but I ended up going back to the leatherette just because it's a little softer. It's a little more plush. These will make your head a little bit hotter over time, or make your ear a little bit hotter as you play, but not terrible, and it's definitely manageable. But they're very comfortable. These actually isolate a little bit better than the velour as well. So if you're looking for noise canceling headphones, these are pretty darn good, even without having any kind of active noise canceling, you know, via the microphone or whatnot. So there is a little bit of foam padding inside of here. So if your ear is close to touching, it will have some foam padding, so it won't just touch the grill, which is a nice touch. On these ear plates, they kind of borrowed something from Astro here. You can see there's 4 screws on the outside, and basically they give you a little Allen wrench, and you can undo these screws, and these little face plates come out, and they're reversible for one thing, but there's interchangeable face plates. You can actually buy these from Beyerdynamic's website. You can even design it and send it to Beyerdynamic, kind of in the vein of Astro, in which they will send it back to you, and you can have custom ear pads, which is pretty darn cool. So all in all, as far as the design, that's really it. This headset doesn't have a whole lot of fancy gimmicks. The biggest thing that you will find, and the reason they call it the custom game, is this little slide mechanism right here. As you can see right here, there's this little thing, and it slides into different positions, and there are holes. There's 3 holes that you can see. So essentially, what happens is, if you keep it completely closed, it is not like letting air flow into the headset, into the chamber, so it basically eliminates bass. You have very little bass to no bass whenever you have it completely closed. Whenever you slide it up into one hole, you get kind of a neutral, natural sound, okay? You slide it up to the second hole, you get kind of a bassier natural sound, not necessarily a bass boost at this point, but an emphasis on the bass. Whenever you go to full tilt 3 holes, this thing will absolutely thump. I mean, it's not like a exaggerated, but as natural as a bass can sound, and being deep and thick and just booming, this will provide that. These are a great pair of headphones if you are listening to different types of music. So if you're listening to anything like techno, or any kind of house, any kind of hip hop, even rock that has heavy bass lines or anything like that, or intricate bass lines, whenever you have these open on the 3rd hole, it sounds phenomenal. Sounds really good. These sound good for other types of music as well, whenever you kind of dial it back. But that's one thing I like about these. You can kind of customize the headset to whatever your media is. Whatever the media is that you're listening to, you can dial it back. You can customize it for that purpose. Now, another really nice thing about this headset is it does feature a 3.5mm headphone jack. So the cord is detachable, so you don't have to worry about if you get a short in your cord, if the cord breaks, or if it frays or something like that. You simply just pull the cord out, get you a new cord, plug it right in, you're good to go. Now, with this particular headset, essentially this is the same as the Custom One Pro, if I'm not mistaken, not the Studio, but the Custom One Pro. The biggest difference with the custom game is whenever you buy it, it comes with a microphone that kind of looks like a mod mic. And essentially that's what this is. It is a very good microphone. First of all, number one, it is a cardioid pattern. So in other words, it picks up the sound directly in front of it. It should not really pick up on the other side. And it is phenomenal. It is very good. It is very clear. You can use it for streaming, no problems. Unfortunately, I cannot do a mic test with my current setup, but I will try to do a live stream on YouTube here before long to where you guys can see it, or do a stream in which I'll save the clip and you guys can kind of hear what the microphone sounds like. So whenever you put this thing on your head as such, you can see the mic boom is very long. It goes in front of the face just fine. I would not recommend having it this close because it will pick up everything. It is a very good, it's a condenser mic, so it picks up sounds. It will almost sound like at this distance, it will sound like I am trying to eat my microphone. So please pull that thing back a little bit, give it some space. It will stay wherever you position it. So, I mean, however you want to position it, it will stay. To mute the microphone, there is a switch right here. And if you move it down, as you can see, there's a little bit of red right there. That will show that it is muted. Up, you are talking and you are good. If you use this for a phone call, or if you use this for your phone, you can actually push this button to receive calls. And on this other side, we have, which I don't think you can really see it, but there is a volume rocker right there, this little turn dial. See if we can see it right there. Yeah, okay. And that will control your volume as well. On the other end, it does come with a standard 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. It does have the 3-pole connector, so that way you can use it. On this particular headset, it did come with a 1/4-inch jack adapter. So if you wanted to use this with an amp or studio equipment, you can, and it will work. And it is a gold-plated adapter, so you get good, it's a high quality adapter as well. You're not, Bayard goes pretty much high quality or nothing else. So this thing is built like a tank. The only parts that are honestly plastic on this whole thing are the actual ear cups, which you can kind of hear there, and on this hinge, and then right here. Now, all these parts, if you go to their website, are actually repairable. You can get all these parts yourself. So if you happen to crack this part, or you break it, or if this part were to break right here, as far as that actually connects to the headset, you can buy those and actually fix it yourself. Most of these screws are typical, just, flathead screws. You do have some that are star, but again, you can get the tool to use that and replace it yourself. No big deal. These have, I believe, a 2-year manufacturer's warranty, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's at least a year, but I'm wanting to say it's a 2-year warranty. There's one other headset that is above this headset in terms of in their gaming line, because they've really only started getting into gaming in the last couple of years as far as making actual equipment that's designed for it. And that would be the MMX 300s, which I would love, absolutely love to get my hands on. However, the MMX cost, I think the retail price is $350, $349 if I'm not mistaken. You can catch them on sale on Amazon from time to time, usually around $300 or so. The lowest I think I've ever seen them was $277. And I almost pulled the trigger on them whenever they were that low, but that's still quite high for a headset, especially whenever it is just a stereo wired headset. Granted, I've seen the reviews, I've read them, I've watched them. It is supposed to be the best headset, bar none, for gaming in general, but still, that is the price of a console, which is kind of hard to justify. So maybe one day, just not today. But again, I want to recommend these to you if you are looking for a high-end headset and money is not necessarily if you're looking for around the $200 price range, and you want something that's high quality, you want something that's built like a tank, it's going to sound phenomenal, it's comfortable. These are definitely going to get the recommendation from me. The padding overall is just superb, from the leatherette ear cushions to the top, which is also leatherette. I forgot to mention that, but it is leatherette as well, and very cushiony. As you can see, they flex, they bend. The aluminum frame will not give. They are built in Germany, which is another reason I think they cost a little bit more, is because you're getting a quality product that's not coming necessarily from China or from somewhere like that, that has, usually a little bit more questionable build quality on some of their products. Not saying that they're always bad by any means, but sometimes you get what you pay for whenever it comes to the build quality. And that definitely stands true here. So hopefully the microphone has done okay today, and hopefully the video quality, it looks decent on my end. I hope it worked out well. This video hopefully will go straight to the channel as soon as I end this stream, but I just wanted to make this again to kind of test this setup just to see if it works any better. Is it something I'm going to move forward with? Or, again, I'm going to use a camcorder at some point, but in the meantime, can I make this work and possibly use this setup in order to bring new content to the channel? Appreciate you guys with all the feedback, all the support. I appreciate it. This is why I do it, is so that I can spread information to you guys, hopefully give recommendations, help you guys out with some purchases, and get you the best experience for what you personally need. Comment, subscribe, like, anything like that will always help the channel to grow. And again, if you happen to browse or peruse the Mixer or the, well, YouTube too, because sometimes I stream on it, but Mixer or Twitch. Usually I'm on Mixer because I usually play on my Xbox. Again, the channel is Spartan Project with the 4s for A's. So please check out that content. If there's anything you guys would really like to see, let me know down below or on another video, or just message me. I usually respond as quickly as I possibly can, usually at least, within a few hours, at the latest within 24. So I appreciate it, you guys, and I hope to keep bringing you content like this. Until next time, take care.